Boosting your immune system, you need to make sure that you're eating a variety of healthy foods. So that would include everything from fruits and vegetables and whole grains, primarily looking for foods that have a lot of vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, things that are going to make you feel good, help in terms of improving your immune system for a long term. So being within 30 days is cutting it close. Healthy weight loss is only 1 or 2 pounds per week, no more than 3 pounds a week. So what I would suggest is that you start earlier than 30 days when it comes to weigh-in, especially if you're not sure if you're going to make weight. In terms of healthy food choices, identifying what kinds of things you're eating on a regular basis, fruits, vegetables, or if you're eating more fast food and junk food. Meal planning can be one of your best friends because it can help keep you on track in terms of what you're going to eat the next day and throughout the week. The other thing would be just, having some support, someone who can help keep you on track, making sure you're drinking lots of water, making sure that you're identifying, your carbs to protein to fats that you're consuming. All of those things can be very helpful. So I'm not going to recommend any fad diets in terms of keto, intermittent fasting, Whole30. As you know, with most diets, you can lose weight. However, the long-term effects of a fad diet can be detrimental. In terms of doing any of those diets, people tend to gain weight back double or even more just because they go back to their old ways of eating. When you think of losing weight, you want to think of lifestyle change. So making changes for your life, not just for, a day or for a certain amount of period of time. There are some helpful things that you can learn from any of those diets. In terms, you can take things out, especially if, they're doing them in a healthy way. Modifying a lot of those diets also can be acceptable. So there's modifications. Seeing a dietitian to help do that can be the best choice for you. Right, so some of that research with vitamin D is new. Obviously with COVID, everything is new. We don't have a lot of research to help support any of that right now. However, some of the research that is coming out does support that having a diet high in vitamin D can be very helpful, and especially if you're already deficient. And so knowing that can be one of the key things. Like if you're deficient in vitamin D, what kinds of things can you do to increase your vitamin D intake? So a lot of foods are fortified. So let's say milk and yogurts, and you also can get it from things like salmon and from other types of food sources. So looking for fortified foods and where it can be naturally occurring is going to be important. Vitamin D, though, is important. Obviously, naturally, you get it from the sun. And if you're not getting enough sun, especially during the winter months like right now, looking for those food sources in addition is key. So if someone is pre-diabetic, what I would recommend, like if they are about ready to deploy, would be number one, start an exercise plan if they're able to, because even exercise can help bring your blood sugars down into a normal range. The other thing would be to look at food choices. So having a diet again, focusing more on like a plate method where half of your plate has more of those non-starchier vegetables, things like lettuce and broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, and having more of those non-starchy vegetables on your plate, having a protein source. All of those vegetables and that protein source are more able to help keep blood sugars under control, but having healthy carbs, so complex carbs, having fruit still during the day, having whole grains, but evaluating what their plate looks like, trying to avoid over consuming like large portions, and really making sure that they're exercising are all going to be important components for someone who's going to be pre-diabetic or even diabetic. I'm not a fan of energy drinks. I don't support energy drinks. I don't think that, they're not providing you any nutrition. They provide you some caffeine and a lot of sugar. And so in general, I don't encourage energy drinks at all because of the fact that they give you a spike in your blood sugars, especially whether you're diabetic or not. but it also can cause harm, because here's the other thing. So some people who take a lot of these energy drinks are also on other things, and they don't know that there are consequences, and they can cause like heart problems and other problems. So in general, staying away from any type of energy drink is what I would support. But you're right, they're on the ships, and they can actually increase calorie intake as well, because of the fact they have so much sugar in a lot of them. And when you increase the sugar, people gain a lot of weight. So yeah, avoiding. Supplements in general. So if someone is looking to take a supplement, can supplements be healthy, or at least can, cause no harm? The answer is yes, they can help you, especially if you're deficient in something. So if we're talking about vitamins and minerals. But if you're just taking a supplement like a thermogenic, or you're looking for weight loss of some sort, or you're looking for muscle gainer, be very cautious. Most supplements are not regulated, and they're not regulated very well. And what I mean by that is, unless that supplement's gone through a third-party verification system, and that means in terms of like they've actually been looked at from another point of view, and they've been verified as safe, then they probably aren't going to be that healthy for you. Now, on the other side, no, just because they've gone through a verification system doesn't mean that they're 100% safe either. That's the other problem with supplements. In fact, they do testing of supplements, and just recently they just tested a supplement that was supposed to be certified, and it came back, someone popped positive. So you have to be careful. A lot of the ingredients in supplements aren't always what they say they are. They're in different doses. How they're made is different. So be very cautious of that. If you want to know more information, though, about supplements, you can go to the Human Performance Resource Center, the HPRC website. There's also the Operation Supplement Safety website, and both of those can be very helpful if you want to know more about what you're taking.